What's a Grape Explorer talking about today? So we are in a very cool place. Just want to let you know we're in Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's home in Virginia. And why are we here? Well, Thomas Jefferson, I've always considered to be my hero, and for a number of reasons. One, he's one of our founding fathers, and as a history major, obviously studying American history, Thomas Jefferson became very integral in our founding country. But what I find fascinating, because I'm also interested in the wine part of Thomas Jefferson, was his travels, because he spent 5 years in France as the French foreign minister, one of the first actually. He was actually the second, because Benjamin Franklin was the first. But when he was there, he would spend a lot of time visiting different areas of France because he was fascinated with French wines. And he actually started with another friend, import company, bringing wines in from France, which is kind of what I'm doing. So have a lot in common with him, with his wine loves, because he was very passionate about Bordeaux. And of course, he loved Burgundy and Champagne, and got to travel through the Languedoc. And, he even went to Italy and spent some time there because he was looking up different companies that have rice production in Italy, and he wanted to bring that back to Virginia as a staple, part of agricultural farming. And so, but the big thing with him was he actually planted grapes here in Monticello, and he had hired a friend of his that he met in Italy to come here, and they planted well over hundreds and hundreds of grape varietals just to see what would grow here in America, because Virginia, if you look, you can see the mountains, and it looks very much like Europe. A lot of scenery here is like in France, especially in Burgundy. And I could see that he probably thought, well, someday I can grow grapes here, grape production. But there's a wonderful documentary that was done on Thomas Jefferson, and they interviewed Robert Mondavi one time. And Robert Mondavi actually said that he felt that Thomas Jefferson was the founding father of wine production in the United States because of this thought of growing grapes here. Of course, California wasn't even on the thought map here as far as growing grapes, but Virginia is a beautiful area, and I think that that's where he thought grape production would grow. And even today, they have a lot of great wineries here in Virginia that we see. So he was on the cusp of something. But unfortunately, a lot of the grape, there's no grape production here anymore at Monticello. Kind of disappointing. I was hoping to see some vineyards, but they said they didn't take too good to either the soil composition or the climate. It's very cold too. I mean, we're here in November and it's chilly here, so we can see that this would be a difficult area to kind of grow grapes. But of course, it's mountainous, so you're going to get that mountain kind of fruit, which is kind of cool. But we did want to share this with you. Again, Thomas Jefferson, I'm very passionate about his travels to France and how he would go to, come to love Bordeaux. He loved Chateau Yquem. He loved Chateau Margaux, Aubryon. He loved white wine. We actually had a visit when we went to Chateau Carbonieux. He had actually visited Carbonieux and wrote in his memoirs how great the white wine was there. So he's had a great palate for wine, great palate for food. I think he was our first connoisseur of the United States. And when I say that, he was very gastronomique. He spent time in Paris going to restaurants and having people kind of teach him a little bit about wine. But coming back here was kind of a dream for him to start his own vineyards and everything like that. So he wanted to come here and share with you this beautiful setting, and say that if you ever have the chance to come to Virginia and come to Monticello, you definitely have to come here and see. This is just a magnificent property here, and a tribute to one of our founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson. Again, this Grape Explorer, always talking about great wines and great places to visit, and this is one of them if you want to really have a bucket list in America to come. Cheers.